The next thing I want to talk about is points. Points are, as I mentioned before, sort of the currency of shares. They give you the ability to do some work for us and get compensated for that in the form of undesignated funds that people have pledged to Montana Shares. The first thing we want to go into is the points report. This is available either off the website in the members area, or we send it out often throughout the year. If you don't have a copy, just go to www.montanashares.org/members, and on the orientation page, you'll find a version of the points report. This is an Excel spreadsheet. If you look down here at the bottom, you can see first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then summary. What this means is we really only want you to create one document, save that document for the entire year. At the end of the first quarter, sometime in April, send in what you've done for the first quarter. We'll get those recorded. At the end of June, send in the second quarters. But you're saving the same document and you're just sending us the same document as it grows each quarter. The first thing we like to tell people is this member group area. If you click here and click after member group, and then I'll just type in somebody, I'll type in Bridger Care and hit enter. This will automatically carry over to the second quarter. You can see it's there, third quarter, fourth quarter. So you don't have to override that. Just fill it out once in the first quarter and you're in good shape. And if you put in your name, I'll just put in my name, although it's obviously not the rep, but it does the same exact thing. You can see it carries over to all the other quarters. And basically, this document documents the work that you do on behalf of shares that are good for points. The most important thing you can do for points is to access new workplaces. Go out to a place that does not offer workplace giving and make the ask and see if they will offer that to their employees. This needs to be a concerted effort where you coordinate with Montana Shares and we make sure it's someone we haven't approached before. Even if it is someone we approached before, we'll come back to them and see if anything's changed. Maybe you have a personal relationship with that organization. To do so, you get 10 points, and so you just put in 10 points for doing this. The next big areas that are important is to work on ongoing campaign. Maybe you go there to drop off pledge forms. We go there to do a presentation, all kinds of things like that. The points go in here. If you do a presentation, it's worth 3 points. As you move down into this area, this green area is the higher points. They're also the thing that get Montana Shares in workplaces where people can give more. These lower areas would be things like doing local committee work. If you're the chair of a local committee, you can get 2 points per quarter. If you participate in a local one, just double click on that, type in the date that you attended a meeting, and then click over here and put in 1 point. And the whole time it's totaling all this stuff up. We have council meetings. If you're on this council, you would put in points there. If you have committee work, you can put in points for the committee work. If you attend the spring meeting or the fall meeting, you get points for orientation, which actually you're doing now. You can put down points for that. We're not going to be doing orientations at the meetings anymore. This will actually change. If you travel, there's travel points down here. If you travel, for instance, 3 to 5 hours, it's worth 2 points. You'd put 2 points in over there. If you just attend the meeting, 4 points for the meeting. So actually this would change to, if you turn in your eval of the meeting, that'd be 1 point. So this total with travel, attending the meeting, turning in an eval would actually be worth 7 points. So hopefully that gives you a feel on how to do this. You save this document, send it in to us on a quarterly basis. What this does is if you accumulate 30 points, you have a full share of the funds that come in that are undesignated funds. If you turn in anything less than that, you get a percentage of a share. So for every 3 points that you turn in, you get a 10% share of an undesignated share. We have spreadsheets that take care of all this, but basically all points are important. Please record them. Please send them in. We have certain groups that have hated sending in points. We're not requiring that you send in any points. We do not require that you accumulate any points, but we request that you do work for us and that you do get points, and we'll reward you with that with the undesignated pool. And I think that's about all I want to say about points. The next thing I want to talk about is local meetings. In Great Falls, Butte, Bozeman, Missoula, and Helena, we have local meetings on a fairly regular basis in the summer, or we do our best at least. And these are typically on a standard day of the month, whether it's the second Thursday, the third Wednesday, the third Thursday, whatever the case is. I try to have them typically on Wednesdays and Thursdays. They happen anywhere from 11, 12 o'clock in the midday to some of them take place in the evening. Depends on what serves the area the best. I'm not going to tell you what that schedule is because I want this to last for a long time. But find out what the recurring day of the month is, and you can put those into your calendar. And then you just watch for updates, and sometimes we'll have them, sometimes we'll cancel them, but at least you'll have marked out the day. And what happens in these meetings is we plan strategies for events that are coming up, or we're looking at accessing new workplaces, or we're planning presentations during the campaign season. And it's just a time, we also at the end of every meeting, we always have time for the member groups to tell what's going on with their member groups, let you network and keep up to date on what's going on in your community with the member groups that are part of Montana Shares there. So local meetings are important. They're not required, but they're a great time to get together with other people, network for a little bit. They're an hour long usually, and they're actually one of the more fun parts of my job. The annual meetings. Okay, one of the other big requirements of being a member with Montana Shares is that you attend either the spring or the fall membership meetings. The spring meeting is held on a Friday. It's from about 10 to 2. The fall meeting is typically held on a Saturday. It's also from 10 to 2. We used to have orientations before them, but those orientations have been now replaced with these videos. So it's about a 4-hour commitment. The Friday one in the spring is designed for people who are staff members, and they're getting paid to come to the meeting. And the fall one is typically sort of designed for volunteers who are working for an organization, but they have a day job and they don't want to take time off for their day job for their volunteer position. The truth of the matter is, a lot of people will come to both of these meetings, so they're not required that you be either volunteer or staff. You can come to either meeting, but you are required to come to one of the two meetings if you want any of the undesignated funds. If you miss both meetings, then you are totally ineligible for undesignated funds. This is an opportunity for, again, major networking with the other groups, which is something that people love about these meetings. It's an opportunity for us to do some trainings to help you become better member groups, better nonprofits in general. It's an opportunity for us to kick off raffles, wrap up raffles, all kinds of different things take place at these meetings. It's time for all the business of Montana Shares, because Montana Shares wouldn't exist if we had no member groups. We exist because of the member groups. We're a partnership of member groups. And so there are elections that need to take place, and they take place twice a year. There's decisions that need to be made. There's changes that we may want to implement. And so this is your time to voice what your concerns are as a member, to move the organization forward as a member. I think that's about all I have for now. I'm going to wrap up this video. If we need more, we'll create another video with frequently asked questions, but I think we're pretty good for now. Thank you for taking the time. Make sure and record this orientation as a points on your points report, and have a great day.